Have you ever felt like people's opinions were louder than your own dreams? Have you ever worked harder than everyone else, only to be judged for one mistake? Imagine carrying something so precious that if you looked away for even a second, everything would be lost.
Before this story ends, you'll discover a powerful lesson that can silence criticism, rebuild confidence, and help you stay focused.
Before we begin, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. And don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing stories that inspire success and personal growth.
Nestled among rolling green fields and peaceful countryside stood a small village where everyone knew everyone.
In that village lived a young girl named Priya. People admired her, teachers believed she has a bright future, and neighbors often said she would become the pride of the village.
But behind those compliments was a reality few people understood. Priya lived alone with her mother, and every day before the first rays of sunlight touched the earth, she was already awake.
While others slept, she worked tirelessly in the fields and carrying heavy loads beneath the scorching sun. By the time she returned home, exhaustion filled every part of her body.
Yet instead of resting, she would wash, light a small oil lamp, open his books, and study late into the night.
She believed that education was the key to changing her family's future, and no amount of hardship could stop her from chasing that dream.
Months of sacrifice led to the most important examination of her life. Every spare minute was spent preparing. She revised lessons while resting in the fields, memorized formulas under the dim glow of her lamp, and prayed that all her hard work would finally pay off.
Then the results arrived. Everyone gathered in anticipation, expecting Priya's name to appear among the highest scores. Instead, silence filled the air. She had failed one subject. Just one. In a single moment, years of praise disappeared. The same villagers who once admired her now mocked her.
Every journey to the fields became painful. Whispering voices followed her. Judgmental eyes watched her every step. The villagers' words went deeper than any physical wound. The failure hurt, but the humiliation hurt even more. Slowly, doubt replaced confidence, and the dreams she once carried so proudly began to feel heavier each day. Unable to bear the constant ridicule, Priya visited her former teacher, an elderly woman, whose wisdom had guided countless students through life's greatest struggles.
Looking into his teacher's kind eyes, Priya spoke with a trembling voice.
Teacher, I can handle hard work, but I don't know how to handle people's words. Every day they laugh at me. Every day I lose a little more confidence.
The old teacher listened quietly without. Come back the next morning. She have a task for her. The next sunrise, Priya returned, and instead of offering advice, the old teacher Karim handed Priya a large clay pot filled to the very brim with fresh milk. Walk through the village exactly as you do every day. But be careful. If even a single drop spills, you have failed. The pot was heavy, and the milk reached the very edge. Every movement mattered. Priya held it firmly with both hands and began walking through the familiar streets. The villagers noticed her immediately. Some laughed louder than before.
Others whispered insults. A few pointed fingers, expecting him to react. But something extraordinary happened. Priya never looked at them. Her eyes never left the milk.
Every step demanded complete concentration. Every breath was controlled. Every muscle focused on one purpose alone. The voices that had once wounded her slowly faded into the background. The laughter became distant. The criticism disappeared. There was only the pot, only the milk, only the next careful step. Her mind felt peaceful. Tell me, did you hear the people mocking you today?
No, teacher. I was too focused on protecting the milk.
That is the lesson you've been searching for.
The villagers spoke just as loudly today as they always have.
The only difference was your focus. When your mind is fully committed to your purpose, the world's distractions lose their power. Criticism cannot control a person whose eyes remain fixed on the goal. Her greatest enemy had never been the villagers. It had been the attention she gave them. From that day forward, everything changed. The village remained the same, but Priya was no longer the same young woman. She stopped measuring her worth by other people's opinions. She worked in the fields with gratitude. She studied with greater discipline than ever before.
Every insult became background noise. Every setback became another lesson. Months later, she sat for the examination again.
This time she passed with outstanding results. But the greatest victory wasn't the certificate she received. It was the peace she had discovered within herself. She had learned that success belongs to those who remain focused long after others become distracted. If you've ever been discouraged by criticism, hurt by rejection, or distracted by the opinions of others, remember Priya's story. Your dreams are your pot of milk. Protect them with everything you've got. Don't waste your energy looking at those standing on the sidelines. Keep your eyes on your purpose. Keep taking the next step. Because when your focus becomes stronger than the noise around you, nothing can stop you from reaching your destination. Stay focused, stay determined, and let the world become nothing more than a blurred background to the future you're building.